In more positive news, Splatoon is getting DLC. Likely this will mean new stages, costumes, weapons, and possibly more, but either way, the game's producer says that he sees Splatoon's launch as a first step for the game, and that will be followed by this new content to keep Splatoon going, and eventually he wants it to become a series, so, you know, Splatoon 3, 4... I guess no Splatoon 2. I don't know why I said...
Nintendo doesn't make 2s, they just skip right to 3.
2 never got localized.
God. So yeah, some people have been suggesting that planning DLC before launch is a bad thing. You know, it doesn't quite meet Sakurai's standards of planning it later. But I'm not really concerned, because if you hold it up to that Sakurai standard, it is a little iffy. But there's not really any evidence to suggest that they're holding content back from the main game. So just planning to have content in the future isn't really a vice in itself. The question is whether they're already working on that content, and that is something that we just can't answer.
I mean, and you look beyond just the Nintendo standard, and this is a very different game than Smash. Smash started off as an offline game. They added online later. This game is envisioned from the ground up as an online game, and it makes sense for them to treat it like one and continually update it so that the online metagame can just keep evolving. And they'd have to be planning that now, or at least thinking about it now, if they're going to be executing on it in the future.
So it's also worth noting that Xenoblade Chronicles X is getting DLC for new characters, quests, and more. A lot of people are calling them out for planning DLC before launch, because the game comes out in Japan today, actually, and the DLC launches next week. So that certainly doesn't meet the Sakurai standard. It's likely that they're already, in fact, done with the DLC before the game comes out. What are your guys' thoughts?
Well, luckily, Xenoblade X seems like one of those games that's already so massive that, you know, really having some extra stuff that you might have to buy to add on if you want to use it, just, it doesn't seem as heinous as it would for, say, a game like, I don't know, Mortal Kombat or Killer Instinct, where they just, the core characters are all missing and you have to buy them. You know, it's already a very complete, very huge, very money for value game.
Right. So you don't think it's an issue at all?
I mean, I haven't played it yet, obviously, but
right.
But it sounds like Xenoblade, it's not going to be an issue of the game being incomplete and they held back stuff to charge you for it. It's going to be a matter of, you know, there's more stuff that they could add to make the game a little richer for people who want extra content.
Right. It's just completely a bonus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello everybody, thank you for listening to this Nintendo Week clip, NWC. If you like what you hear, please subscribe to us here on YouTube for more highlights and discussion videos from Nintendo Week podcast, or subscribe to us on iTunes for weekly breakdowns of all your Nintendo news, discussion segments on subjects, games, and more, and tons of other features. Thanks for listening, and we will see you tomorrow with another NWC.